from the mines of Mandalore. That's the word. How you doing, guys? Good to see you. I'm Captain Foley, otherwise known as the Mandalorian. Dinjarin. You got it right. That's what they call me. So, welcome everybody. Good to have you back. Nice to see you guys. We're going to be talking about Mandalorian today, episode 2 of season 3, which is chapter 18, which is called The Mines of Mandalore. And there's a lot of this going on in this episode. A lot of the headlight. So, figured why not put it on tonight. So, how very lens flary. JJ would be proud. All right. I could adjust this just a tad. It's kind of touching my nose. Oh my god. Hold on. I gotta address a message here. Let's see what's going on here. Sorry, I need to do this thing. I apologize. I'm a little bit early anyway, so talk amongst yourselves. Why is this not working? Be right with you. Hold on. And I'm back. I don't know what happened during that time that I was gone, but hopefully you could still see me and all that. And I'm back now, so. The hair. Oh my god, the hair. All right. Your channel. Welcome. So yes, the reason today's thumbnail says mandatory Mandalore is because, yeah, we had to get a shot or two or an episode on Mandalore because we know that he has to go bathe in the mystical waters of the mines of Mandalore to regain his honor because he removed his helmet. So anyway, yeah, mandatory Mandalore. I think that's a fun one. All right. Olivia throws in $2. Show me Mr. Pug or I'll force choke you. Well, I don't have a Mr. Pug. I have 2 Mrs. Pugs. So, BJ Tehran, $2. Very much enjoying Mando and Bad Batch. I have not been watching Bad Batch, unfortunately. But I will show you the Pugs just because everybody... Oh, there's Grogu. And there's my little Grogu right there. Lola and Precious and Dot. They're all just chilling out. So, there you go. All right. So yeah, this was a fun episode. This was jam-packed. 50 minutes. 42 minutes. Yeah, 42 minutes. This one was a little bit longer than last week's. Last week's came in at like 32, 34 minutes, something like that. This one was much better, I think. Definitely some cool stuff. I love that R4D5 is like the same one from Star Wars is now on an adventure with Mandalorian. I think that's friggin' great. We get to see the Mythosaur, spoilers, Mythosaur at the end, and also the Mandalorian dragon thing. That was very cool as well. Some good Grogu action in this one. Grogu reminds me very much of my pug, just the little noises that he makes and things like that. And I think that's freaking hilarious. I love that he jumps in the N1 and he's just pointing at I want to go here, I want to go here. And the astromech droid's like, all right, let's go. That was pretty great. There's a lot of really good stuff in this one, in my opinion, anyway, and I really enjoyed it. I had a great time watching it. I love The Mandalorian. Even the bad episodes are fantastic. Last week's was all right. It wasn't anything super special to write home about, but it also wasn't bad. So, you know, Even when they're bad, they're good. And yeah, so yeah, but R4D5 is a great addition. That thing that abducted Mandalorian reminds me very much of General Grievous. It seems like the same kind of technology. Or as I said to Sylvia, it reminds me of a Bionicle. My kid used to be into Bionicles quite a bit, and we used to have a lot of them in the house. It definitely looked like a Bionicle. I'm just saying. Or as he called them when he was a kid, the Bon Chronicles. The Bon Chronicles. So, anyway, let's see what's going on here. Hi, everyone from the great state of Maryland. Hello, Terrence. How's it going? BJ Tehran, we learned a big thing about Bo-Katan. She effectively uses the Darksaber, but gave it back to Din Djarin when he was down and out. Well, yes, because she did not win it from him in combat. So just taking it doesn't mean anything. Sergeant Montgomery didn't give two shits about Bo-Katan princess story. Dibs on Bo-Katan Christ. Terrence Child says this is the way. The Stanleys R5 with the personality like C3PO. Sergeant Montgomery, the biological eye? Yikes. I think that cyborg creature might have been a Geonosian once. Yeah, it's Sea Blanket for sure. But no. This was a great episode, as I say. I'm gonna put this back on just because I love wearing this thing. Any chance I get, because it's awesome. And turn on the flashlight too, because the headlight was on like the whole time, pretty much, in this episode. So there, it's darker now. So yeah, I'm just glad that the episode was longer. I hope that the rest of the episodes are just as long, if not longer. I don't like when they're like half an hour. I don't think that's cool. If you guys have been paying attention to the channel, you probably noticed I've been playing some PlayStation 2 VR. I got Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge, and it's actually a pretty cool story. You get to do a lot of cool stuff. Be a stormtrooper and, be IG-88. You get to go on an IG-88 mission as IG-88, which is pretty goddamn cool. So there's a lot of really cool stuff with that. So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to that, but I do love my Star Wars. And The Mandalorian is definitely the best thing to come out of Star Wars in a long, long time. So I'm super stoked to be talking about it. That being said, we only have 17 people here with 11 likes. So hit that like button. We're not going to be getting a lot of people by the looks of it. We didn't get any last week for the Mandalorian stuff either. It's almost like you guys don't want me to do Mandalorian stuff, which is a bit of a shame. But, oh well. I'm going to continue to do it because I love it. So if you guys can super chat in to help out, that'd be greatly appreciated. So Sergeant Montgomery, thank you so much for the super chats. I'll get to that in just a second, but they all help out and support the channel. Also consider joining the channel. You can join the Trekyards fleet, get a ship assignment, and a whole bunch of cool stuff like that as well. So lots of ways to help and support, and we'd really appreciate any help you guys can give us. So if you can, please do. Anyway, I'm going to turn this light back on. Go with that warmer tone right there. Yeah. Anyhow. Can't wear the helmet too much, I guess. It's hard to breathe in there after a while. Wonder if that's Jango Fett's eyeball. General Grievous says, I was wondering if they went with the old retro Fallout route, and it was Mandalorian who had degenerated into a weird creature thing because of tradition. I doubt it, honestly, but General Grievous, I'm glad you're here, because that thing looked very much like General Grievous. Looked like the same kind of technology going on. The biological and even his limbs seemed very much reminiscent of General Grievous's limbs. So PlayStation 2. No, I meant PlayStation VR 2 for the PlayStation 5. Mr. Andrew Alfonso. Sorry, I said that wrong. But yeah, the PlayStation VR 2. That's what I meant. I didn't mean to say PlayStation 2. PlayStation VR 2 for the PlayStation 5. That's the thing. Yeah. Terrence Childs, you remove your helmet, you are no longer one of us. That's cool. I don't like you guys much anyway. So anything to differentiate myself, I'm down. I'm just kidding. Sergeant Montgomery, $2. All I know is Mandalore's cities were glassed. The whole surface was glassed, yeah. BJ Tehran, maybe she can just borrow the Darksaber from time to time from Jin. He very much struggles with it, and she has no issues. Next episode, will Mando ride the Mythosaur, or will Boba Fett show up? Yes, riding the Mythosaur. I believe that in the animated segment of the holiday special where you see Boba Fett for the first time, I believe that thing he was riding was supposed to be a Mandalore, or not a Mandalore, a Mythosaur. The thing in the water, I mean, looked very cool. I wanted to get a better look at it. Yes, I know what the skull looks like, obviously, but it's actually funny because I just did my finally, after like months and months and months of having my Bandai Boba Fett built, I finally got the decals on it this past weekend, and I got some pictures of it with my Bandai Mandalorian. But yeah, I don't know if you guys really want to see that. Tim Rose says Mando rules. Hell yes, he does. Peter the Caco, $5. Haven't seen Mando tonight. My liberal government told me if I need to save money, I can make sacrifices like deleting Disney Plus. Well, that sucks, Peter. It's a shame you're missing out on the Mandalorian. It's freaking great. The cyborg thing reminds me of the Bomar monks from Jabba's palace. Oh yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. BJ says Mandalore's star system has 3 habitable worlds. Only one was nuked. Would think the other worlds would be suitable as new home worlds. Imagine if Earth, Luna, and Mars were all habitable. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. The star, though, in that system has a very good Goldilocks zone, I gotta say. So there's that. But yeah, you would think that they would take care of the other planets that were habitable as well. I mean, Bo-Katan's got a really nice castle on the other planet, so Grant McGregor, catching up on your Picard stream today, I can answer the Kingdom mustache, or the Klingon. I can answer the Klingon mustache. The albino from DS9 episode Blood Oath, he had a little bit of a middle lip. Oh, there you go. Cool. Where were you when we needed you, Grant? General Grievous, having seen Mandalore in the Clone Wars show, it was very haunting to see it in ruins like a ghost town, especially if you see the end of Rebels and thought things were looking up for Mandalore, finally. Indeed. The Mandalorian sector has 1,000 planets, so wow. The sector does, but not the system. Joseph says, good evening, Cap. Well, one of them will ride the Mythosaur to lead the people again. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Bo-Katan, go for it. She might not need the Darksaber if she rides the Mythosaur, right? But yeah, I did notice she gave it back to him. And he just filed it away under back slot. And then... and she wielded it beautifully. Like, that was her thing. She knew what was going on with that, so that was awesome. The ending, though, that last step into the water is like, he sunk very quickly. I don't know if he got pulled down, if that was the implication. It didn't play like that, though, because he fell and then ended up in a weird spot, considering she was, like, thrusting after him to get there. It seemed like just kind of a weird thing that happened. I don't know what was up with that. I do love, though, that she saw the Mythosaur, though. That was fantastic. Hopefully that'll be covered next week, some kind of discussion about that. But, yeah. What else? I like I said, the R5D4 stuff is fantastic. I don't like that. What's her name? The lady on Tatooine is like ripping people off essentially, having her pit droids like disassemble their speeders, and then like selling their own parts back to them. I kind of hate that. It kind of makes her a skis ball. And I thought she was a better person than that. I do like the fact that when she looks up, she's missing the tooth, which got knocked out at the end of Book of Boba Fett. So yeah, that was a nice little touch. Which if you're one of those, oh, I don't like Boba Fett, I'm not going to watch the Boba Fett show. I heard bad things about the Boba Fett show. Well, then too bad for you. Sucks to be you. Because the two Mandalorian episodes in that were fantastic. But anyway, so yeah, you might have some questions, and that's cool. I saw somebody comment today. Somebody on Twitter said, I'm really enjoying Mandalorian season 3, and looking forward to the next episode. And somebody commented, do you need to see Book of Boba Fett though to know what's going on? And I was so tempted to answer. Somebody else chimed in though and said, well, there's a few episodes with the Mandalorian, so yeah, kind of. You might be a little bit lost on what's a few little details. Well, I'm not gonna fucking watch that show. God, it's like, well, fucking relax there, bud. Just chill out. First of all, Book of Boba Fett's not that bad. I understand why people dislike it, but it's part of the lore, and I love that they included the Mandalorian in that. Plus, you're missing out on like some really great stuff. Spoiler alert, warning, spoiler warning right now. If you don't want to hear what happened in Book of Boba Fett because for whatever reason you haven't watched it yet, click off now for like 20 seconds. Okay, so yeah, the episode with Ahsoka Tano and Luke Skywalker in that is fantastic. Like, there's some really good stuff in that first season. So anyway, spoiler alert over. Springtime. Imagine Jack Crusher at the end of a card telling his great-great-grandchildren about the Enterprise D and his father implied to be on the TV series TNG. Okay. General Grievous. It was a nice takeout when Grogu went back to Bo and she was coming out talking about getting rid of Din once and for all. It seemed like she was talking about killing him at first. That's what I thought at first too, and then it's just very much like, I told you not to bother me. Oh, what happened to him? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. It did sound like she was a little bit pissed, though. Peter Lukaku, having not seen it, I'll try to find a version of it somewhere online. But until then, I'll come back when it's time to talk about food or Trek. Peter, yes, indeed. So does that mean you're sticking around to listen, or are you just going to go and come back for Trek and or just like a late night live? I don't know what you're doing. BJ, Mandalore was pretty much a nuked up post-apocalyptic world in Clone Wars and Rebels. Would think most people would move off-world, be nicer to nicer moons and planets in system, ones with trees and blue skies. The Stanleys, Grogu's force jumping about was great. It was cool, looked a little janky though, and the way he kind of scuttled that one scene was a little bit sketch, but I don't have a problem with that, honestly. I think it's kind of cute. So, General Grievous, R5D4 was in the New Hope. The first droid Luke purchased from the Jawas in canon decided to malfunction on purpose, so R2 and C3 could stay together with Luke. Yes, I'm well aware. That's why I think it's fantastic that this droid has, and this droid has been through some shit if you read the books and the comics. R5D4 has seen some stuff. But I think it's great that he's now working with Mandalorian. And yes, I knew it was the same one from Star Wars: A New Hope. It's pretty obvious. So, but thank you for the information, General Grievous. The Stanleys just need to watch the last 2 or 3 episodes of Book of Boba Fett. Yes. I think the last 3 episodes. Mr. Andrew Alfonso, if you're paying for Disney Plus to watch The Mandalorian, then you are throwing out money if you don't watch the other Star Wars shows. Oh yeah, I've watched so much stuff on Disney Plus. I watched all the X-Files. I watched Halloween time. I watched all of the Treehouse of Horror Simpsons episodes. I've watched the Ewoks movies, Caravan of Courage, and I forget what the other one is. Just the Ewok movie, I think. I've watched all of the Star Wars movies. I watched all the behind the scenes stuff. I've watched part of season 1 of The Bad Batch. I haven't finished it though. I started watching Clone Wars. Haven't finished it yet. Yeah, I'm watching a lot of stuff on Disney Plus. Yeah, I think it's stupid to just not watch stuff. But the Stanley's R5 wasn't motivated to go with Luke. This is true. Bill 23799. Why did Grogu return to Jin? Did Luke decide his bond with the Mandalorian was too strong for him to be trainable as a Jedi? Did Grogu decide to become a Mandalorian foundling? Grogu decided he had a choice. Either go with the Mandalorian or become a Jedi and never see the Mandalorian again. That was Luke's choice to him. And if you become a Jedi, you get this really cool lightsaber. Used to be Yoda's. But yeah, he picked the right thing, I think. So it's a really cruel choice for Luke to give him, honestly. But hey, from a certain point of view, it makes sense, I guess. Eric Martin, Bo-Katan is a bit of an entitled brat, but I think she will have a religious reawakening after what she saw in the Living Waters. Maybe she won't ridicule Jin so much now. I haven't had a problem with her character. I can see why you're saying that, but generally those kind of characters I have issues with. She doesn't bother me that much, so yeah, but I can see what you're saying. General Grievous, the Mythosaur had a bit of a Cyclops Greek mythology feeling to it for some reason. Okay, so hold on, I just gotta take care of one thing. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 30. Sorry, I'm just gonna take care of this thing real quick. I usually don't like doing this stuff when I'm busy doing something else, but I really don't have a choice in this regard. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll have to take care of that part later, but there we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right. How about the new Willow show? I haven't watched that yet, no. BJ, Book of Boba Fett just needed about 5 minutes of character development for Fett's change from ruthless bounty hunter to benevolent local kingpin, tying his time with the Tuscans with his role of Mos Espa. Yeah, I never really considered him as ruthless as a bounty hunter, just efficient and good at his job. So I didn't consider him a ruthless at any point. So it didn't really bother me the way that they portrayed him. But anyway, Eric Martin, you would think someone would have checked the conditions of Mandalore before now. Yes, indeed. BJ Tehran, Disney Plus has a lot of content, especially if you have it combined with Hula, as I did to watch the Orville before Disney Plus picked it up. General Grievous, I'm hoping Bo will think some of the old legends have merit, and hopefully Din will eventually get more balance. My prediction is he'll be offered the choice to rejoin the Watch cult, but turn it down. Oh, I'm sure that'll happen, yeah. I believe that 100%. Peter Lukaku, $2 if you had to choose Netflix or Disney Plus. Probably Disney Plus. Just for all the Star Wars stuff alone. Plus all the Fox stuff now. I mean, that's pretty good. Netflix has some good stuff for sure, but nothing that I need to go out of my way to see or that I'll be watching on a weekly basis, whereas Disney does, so. Eric Martin, no, worse than Toledo. LOL. Oh, wow. Thanks, Mandalore. Looks worse. Oh, worse than Toledo. That's good. I haven't done a drinking live in a while. Peter Lukaku, or both, because you're rich, biatch. I am rich. I wish. Now we have Disney Plus, Netflix, Discovery Plus. That was my pug snoring, by the way. Paramount Plus, Crave, MGM, Prime. We got a lot of streaming services. Bill 23799. I think Starbuck will remain on Mandalore to befriend and train the Mythosaur. This will support her claim as new leader of the Mandalorians. Yeah. Lucky Cantrell 13. Get a jailbreak Amazon Fire Stick and you can watch everything. That's a bad thing. Don't do that. Starman Falls. This season really mid compared to seasons 1 and 2. Only 2 episodes in, for Christ's sakes. Take a pill and relax. I thought episode 1 was fine. It wasn't great, but it was fine. Episode 2 was pretty good. I really enjoyed episode 2 of this season. So it's only 2 episodes in. Let's not get ahead of ourselves with judging things right now. Donnie G, I love Netflix and Disney Plus equally, to be honest. I do too, but BJ Charon, Bo-Katan is the voice of hard realism about Mandalorians. Din Djarin, the voice of spiritual side of culture. Yes. Ooh, Power 543 says, love you, boo. Oh, I love you too. So yeah, 3:30 on the 14th, assuming she doesn't fuck that up too, by the way. Anyway, I don't know if you saw this earlier, Sammy. But, oh, you can't even, Sam's not going to even stick around because he hasn't seen this episode yet. He hasn't seen episode 1 yet. He was just jumping in to say hi. Okay, I see how it is. It's fine. It's fine. 100% fine. He's not even going to watch. Probably didn't even see that. He's not going to be able to watch because he's a little bitch. I'm just kidding. I gotta readjust this because it's really not sitting right. It's kind of pushing on my nose on the visor. That's kind of better. You can see my nose there a little bit. It's just slightly touching at this point. I want this shut off now. So I'm just polishing my helmet. Take that as you see fit. There we go. All right, who's saying what here? General Grievous, another prediction is the Watch will eventually tell Din to choose between them and Grogu since they still consider the Jedi to be enemies. I don't believe that's going to happen. And if it does, Din's gonna go tell them to go fuck themselves, because really, Grogu's not a Jedi, so they can be all anti-Jedi all they want. Grogu's not a Jedi. BJ says Disney Plus. I canceled Netflix with Disney, Paramount, Amazon, and YouTube. I have enough content. Jasper Jedi. Had a hell of a time getting this video to load. Chat looked fine, but video wasn't until now. I don't know what to tell you. Bill 23799. If you had to choose paying for content on Netflix, Disney Plus, or getting it free with help from your friends in the Orion Syndicate, what would you choose? To get a free part. Never had time to watch Netflix. Okay. Netflix originals where Netflix shined, but now that The Defenders, Daredevil, Punisher, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones are now on Disney Plus, I think Disney wins out for me. Samuel says, yeah, wow, that's amazing helmetry. Yeah, just high. Amazing helmet. Sounds legit too. Okay. Good to see you, Sam. The Ghost of Q's left eyebrow says, ooh, I know this is a Star Wars discussion, but I'm counting down the minutes till 3 a.m. when they drop the next episode of Picard, Season 3 on us East Coasters. Yeah, I'm probably going to be up till 3 a.m. as well to watch it, much to my chagrin, because then I got to get up early in the morning to film with Sam. So... but I can't really wait till the morning to see it. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how I feel. Does that helmet have a good HUD inside? I mean, maybe. I'll never tell. M. Andrew Alfonso. Stop working for once and watch some Star Wars. Oh, Mr. Andrew Alfonso. I know you're... What... I know you. Didn't you used to go by Sebastian on here, or was that somebody else? Anyway, I recognized your picture, your little picture with Sam there. I noticed your picture with Sam and not with me. It's Sam. I was at Birmingham. I was there too, and I you got a picture with me too, but that's not your display picture. I see how it is. It's fine. It's fine and all. You just hate Canadians. Confirmed. What percentage of the room got the polishing? What percentage of the room got the polishing helmet reference? I would guess a good 65%, I would hope. Eric Martin. They have already sorted out Din's getting to the live waters for redemption in episode 2, so they must have quite a bit new story to fill the rest of the season. Can't wait. Yeah, I did not expect this to all happen in episode 2. I expected it to take till at least episode 3 or 4 to get to the waters, but that's just to get there. He still has to find the armorer and get his whatever back, his status. I don't know. General Grievous, for a moment, I almost thought Grogu was going to reach for the Darksaber, but instead he tried to open the cage with the Force. BJ says, with all those Mandalorian helmets down in the spider's lair, plus all the other nasty creatures, perhaps everyone else who visited didn't make it out, which is why the planet was cursed. Could be. But I love that R5D4's readings showed that the planet was the air was 95% good or whatever. I thought that was fantastic. Did anyone notice Bo-Katan's managed to use the Darksaber effortlessly? Mando was still sluggish, but she was good with it. The droid thing captured Mando and took the saber, tossed it aside, really. Then she took it and defeated it with the saber. Does she get it now? No, she doesn't. She has to beat Din in combat. And he later, when he wakes up, he picks it up and puts it in his slot in the back. So... And yes, she did wield it for a number of years, so she knows how to use it properly. So, yeah, but she has to beat him in combat for it, and they don't want to fight each other. So, there's that. I'm Furious Fawns, that's the one. Or Thirst Contact. The picture was taken at FedCon in Bonn, Germany in May 2019, and you were not there. Okay, well, I was in Birmingham, where I saw you as well, and we got pictures together, and yet you have not updated your picture. That's fine. But I did see you in Birmingham. Don't say I didn't, because I know I did. And yes, Furious Fawns and Thirst Contact. Gotcha. Sebastian, somebody else. My brain is melted. But that's okay, Mark. Why did I call you Mark? I don't know. Bill 23799. To reclaim his honor, the armor will weld his helmet locked shut with a small feeding tube. Oh. General Grievous, maybe the living part of the living waters is there's a freakishly huge monster in the pond. I mean, sure. Why not? Yeah, that can't be comfortable. How can you breathe like that? The answer is because you can't breathe. That's why you're snoring. Maybe move your head a bit. Pugs, I tells you. Here's a question for everybody. Who thinks that by the end of the season, IG-11 will be back online? Or do you think now that, because he needed a droid he could trust, couldn't get the replacement part, ended up getting R5-D4, so do you think that's going to be his droid going forward? Which would be kind of neat, actually. My pug does not need a CPAP machine. Or do we think we're actually going to finish the restoration of IG-11? I would love that. I thought IG-11 was fantastic, although he was very terrifying in the last episode where he became a zombie and started to go back to his original programming to kill Grogu. That was quite freaking terrifying. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But yeah. So who thinks IG-11 is coming back? All hail the almighty pugs. I know, right? General Grievous. So Bo-Katan also worked closely with Ahsoka during the siege of Mandalore, so they probably practices. What? Yes, I need more IG-11, says the ghost of Q's left eyebrow. Eric Martin, you need to drink some of the booze I got you. I do. I have been drinking some of them, just offline. But not very much. I still have, like, most of them. The Bailey's has been very good in coffee. Peter Lukaku, $5. Here for support, even though I didn't see Mr. Star Wars tonight. Watching True Lies on CTV because I have CTV package. Puke. CTV is nothing wrong with CTV. And yes, that True Lies series looks pretty good. If that's what you're talking about. Or you're talking about the movie. Eric Martin, IG-11 is big, so Din will have to strap him to a wing. I wondered that myself. Where would he go? Would they be strapped to the bottom of the thing? Or I bet you those, much like the Roger robots from season 1 or episode 1, I bet you IG folds up, kind of like a lawn chair, so you could throw him in the back or like strap him to a wing. Good point. Andrew Alfonso, when I got there, everyone in the hotel was wearing black dress pants, white dress shirt, and waistcoat. I was just thinking, great, I'll never find Samuel in this Where's Waldo of a hotel? Bill says, how is Mando going to make a living now? His new ship is too small to carry bounties. Well, he could go after only bounties wanted dead. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I've mentioned that a few times. The Razor Crest was more his speed. Had the carbonite freeze thing, had the carbonite storage, had an armory for all of his weapons, had a sleeping bunk, had a toilet, and was definitely a much better ship for somebody that's doing what he was doing. This new one is great. It's a great roadster or a hot rod, but it's not good at all for anything remotely related to bounty hunting. And we've actually talked about that in some of our other Mando videos. I like the ship. I think it's cool, but I also don't like the ship because I thought the Razor Crest was way better. So let's just Razor Crest it up. Get a new one. Come on now. General Grievous completes his probably practice lightsaber sparring. There you go. I mean, we know there were at least 87 other IG units produced if you go by IG-88's designation from Empire Strikes Back. So parts are out there. Problem is, all those droids, when they become damaged, self-destruct. Like I said, I just did the PSVR 2 Tales of from Galaxy's Edge VR, and there's a mission where you play as IG-88, and if you get too damaged, you self-destruct. Because that's your core programming, that no part of you can be found, so you need to self-destruct. But yes, you would think that with the amount of parts they got back from IG-11, that some of the other ones that maybe self-destructed would be able to get that part, perhaps. But I find it unlikely. Part of me wants IG-11 back, but I also like the sacrifice he made, and if he gets brought back, I don't want to cheapen it or become a Deus Ex Machina. That's true. Mando needs a mothership like Smokey and the Bandit, sports car and truck. Yes. Eric Martin, I love that the repair lady was running repair scams on rich people and has lost a tooth. I mentioned that earlier. Were you not here for that? I said the exact same thing at the beginning of this. Yes, I love that she's got the missing tooth that she got from the Book of Boba Fett. That's fucking great. But I don't like the fact that she's running scams on rich people. Just the fact that she's running scams like that is very scummy, I think, and I kind of makes me think a little bit less of her. I know she works a lot with the Jawas and she used to date one and all that, but honestly, it's a little bit scummy, and I don't know if I like it. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to make money, I guess, but yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that, honestly. So we don't know if that guy was a bad guy or whatever, or a gangster. Some context there would have been good, like if he was a gangster working for, you know, some scummy guy doing some scummy thing, then it's fine. But as it is, he's just somebody that came for the celebrations in Tatooine and is getting ripped off now. So, sorry, I was working and missed the first few minutes. That's okay. I think I mentioned it like 10 or 15 minutes in, which is not the first few minutes, but that's okay. Eric. What's that animation behind you? It is a nebula. It's actually a space travel nebula thing on YouTube. It's like a 10-hour video of just this really cool nebula effect. I was gonna, let's see here, I'll show you. It is called Space Travel to a Beautiful Nebula, Wormhole, Hypnotic Journey, Interstellar Healing Ambience. It's 10 hours long. The other one that I had for a background, which I was going to possibly use, was this one. And this is the Coruscant Skyline. Star Wars Ambience. But I just thought traveling through space was going to be better for this one. And now you got the Coruscant Skyline there behind me. So General Grievous, I'd be good with having Din having a mid-sized ship like the Mandalorian when Bo came in and with Grogu to rescue him. Yeah, that ship's a good size, for sure. BJ Tehran, I'm mixed on scamming. I think they were going for the humor of how Jawas work. She sent them out to strip another speeder and then charge the victim for parts and installation. Yeah, but it seems really scummy. It feels really scummy. Like if that happened to you, how would you feel? The Galaxy's Thumb says, hi, fellow nerds. Hello, Galaxy's Thumb. Ghost of Q's left eyebrow says, I mean, it's Tatooine, the taint of the galaxy. Being either scum or involved in villainy is a prerequisite of living there, methinks. And Mos Eisley, maybe, but... Eric Martin reminds me of Star Trek, the motion picture Wormhole. Mr. Chekhov. Stand by on phasers. Belay that phaser order. Torpedo away. Oh, good old times. You know, wormhole effects and all that stuff. BJ Chiron, I love the Coruscant Skyline video. I play it for background noise and visual when working. I agree on the scumminess of scamming, even rich assholes. What's the sound effect like on this? I gotta turn it up with this thing here. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the old After Dark screensavers, with the space battles and stuff. Kind of cool. It's pretty good ambient white noise for sure. But I'm going to just turn it down regardless. Because you'd rather hear my sexy voice. I just know you do. Just know you would. Hi, everybody. Peter the Caco. I wish they had a scene in the motion picture like the movie Airplane where the boobies are bouncing around. General Grievous. I don't know if it's me, but I prefer the aesthetics of Din's N1 Starfighter with the droid socket back in. The droid socket looks much better than the dome. 100%. 100%. But I like how he's like, oh man, I gotta go out there now. I'm gonna seal my helmet. This is droid work. I didn't really want to have to do this. You go seal yourself in your compartment. So was that in the back? Is that the droid compartment? There's some sketch things happening with the Starfighter, first of all. All the Starfighters are kind of shit, honestly, from the first movie, just because there's no place for an astromech droid. And I know that they say the astromech droid lays down and its head detaches and goes up through the thing. What? Yeah, that's how they had to make it work, because the way it's curved, there's no way that the arms of the astromech droid would fit in there, the legs. Yeah. A little bit sketch. I do like having an astromech droid back there, though. And the fact that it's R5D4, I think, is hilarious. The poor droid, who's just been beat up since the beginning, is still going strong, but not. People are making so much revenue on screensaver sleep videos. Eric Martin, shouldn't flaunt your wealth by wearing fancy clothes to a poor outer planet. It's like driving a Lexus through downtown Detroit. Just puts a target on you. Just saying. What are you talking about? Who's wearing fancy clothes to a poor outer planet? Talking about the Beskar armor? The Ghost of Q's Left Eyebrow. Don't get me started on the airplane movies. Comedy gold. Naked Gun movies, too. Yes, and they would never be made today because people's feelings would be hurt. General Grievous, where does Grogu hover cradle fit? I wonder how it fits in there, especially with the droid. Yeah, I wondered the same thing, because he scoots right up to it, jumps in, canopy closes, the dragon attacks them, and then they leave. And if you notice when they leave, his little egg thing is gone. So yeah, I don't know where it went. I wondered the same thing, and it's one of those things that's like, who cares? A lot of people would say, but I'm like, I care, because that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Bill, I replayed your Star Trek motion picture scene at 0.75 speed, and it was 25% funnier. How dare you? Can Sam add in a Firefly class ship into that screensaver? No, because it's not a screensaver, it's just a video. So, Eric Martin, I'm talking about the guy who got ripped off on the pod racer repairs. Oh, yeah, but it was also a holiday. Like it's this big holiday on Tatooine. Like it's like Christmas the way she works it out to be like you have me working on whatever eve. So I mean, coming into the city. First of all, where are you coming from? I guess if it's off world, sure maybe. But then why do you have a speeder? Okay, I kind of see your point, but at the same time, it's still kind of douchey for both aspects of like hers for scamming him and for him doing it. I guess I'm a little more sympathetic to his plight or to her plight now because of your argument. I guess I don't know. I'm just gonna move on. The Doctor General in the side hatch. Oh, that's where the thing goes. Okay. It's bigger on the inside like the TARDIS. That would have to be. You got it. Bunta Eve, that's it. BJ Tehran, given that both the Falcon and Ghost are great as both fighters, I see no reason to fly an X-Wing long distance and camp out in every swamp planet as every swamp planet. It's as if the B-25 could dogfight as good as the P-51. I see what you're saying. I like the comparison there. That's pretty good. The Doctor, a lot of back and forth in caves in this one. Yeah, but it's good stuff. And those things that attack them, I think, are fucking great. They're terrifying with the 4 eyes. They actually look better in the live action than they did in the concept art at the end. The concept art looked creepy, but the actual ones in the show were much creepier. So kudos to them for that, first of all. But yeah, they reminded me a lot of the Morlocks from the Time Machine. You know, the underground dwellers that couldn't see very well in the light. Definitely had that kind of vibe going on. And yeah, it was terrifying. I love how Grogu just like launches the guy out of the mouth of the cave. I thought that was fucking great. Bunta Eve is a shout out to the Phantom Menace. That's the pod race Anakin competed in. Ah. Peter the Cockatiel ran out of Fudgos. Be right back. Oh man, Fudgos are so good. Eric Martin, so will the remnants of the Empire still be the main villain this season, or will it be someone else? I think it'll be the remnants of the Empire. I really do. It's a good question, though. Is Moff Gideon going to be the escape prison? Is he going to be the big bad? I don't know. I think we're going to see those black trooper droids again, though. Whatever they were called. I love Grogu. Talk to the hand move, throwing people around. Talk to the paw, because this bitch ain't listening. Psh. General Grievous, honestly, I only have small nitpicks, and overall I think Dave Filoni and Favreau have done a way better with Mando and Boba than the sequels in terms of having an actual plan for what they are doing. Yeah, I think they know their stuff. They like and respect the franchise, and it shows, like, immensely. Yeah, Dot, you're messing up the pillow, and it's falling on you, and you're not comfortable. And I gotta fix it, and oh my god, the dogs. Ghost of Q's left eyebrow. I don't know why, but Andor was far more captivating for me. I found myself bored at times during Mando's 3 seasons, but not once when I was bored with Andor. Hopefully Skeleton Crew and Ahsoka are good. This is good. It's funny, because I always haven't been bored with any of Mandalorian. Any of Mandalorian so far. Okay. Back to the chat at hand. Sorry. The episode Bo-Katan was amazing. Yes, indeed, Sean. Eric Martin, those hyperspace whales may point to some new plot points. That was a beautiful scene. It was. Are they space Gormaganders? I mean, they are if it's Discovery. I kind of like the name Gormagander for a space whale, honestly. Boba was kind of a mess, but Mando has been great. Wow, JJ Star Wars didn't have a plan. Almost like Kurtzman Trek. Sackhoff, still hot as fuck, too. Look as good as at that age. I will not. Look as good as that. Look as good at that age. You will not. BJ says people who fly tiny fighters as their main spacecraft or spaceship in Star Wars are having a midlife crisis moment. Oh, for sure. For sure. BJ says those creatures did look like the Morlocks from the Time Machine, perhaps a homage to the classic film. All clear. And I thought the same thing about the Morlocks. Okay, good. Not just me. I think if you watch the concept art at the end, yeah, they're kind of freaky looking, but the ones in the show are much more terrifying. Generally, it's the other way around. The concept art looks a lot more impressive, and then what they actually do, like the last episode, the creature that attacks out of the water at the beginning looked way better in the concept art, and then basically we just got an oversized alligator or crocodile or whatever in the actual show itself. But this time it was reversed. I think the ones that were actually on screen with the little beady green eyes and like four of the eyes were pretty terrifying looking creatures. So I think they did better with the live action stuff this time. The Trek Reviewer, do you think that the new characters they introduced in Season 3 of Picard, they might have a spin-off in mind with one of the TNG Legacy characters as the captain, Seven as first officer? Possibly. Raffi second officer and Jack Crusher as a CMO. I don't see why not. There'll probably be some sort of spin-off, but we're not talking about that tonight. That'll be tomorrow night's discussion. But thank you for joining us, Trek Reviewer. Peter Lukaku, $5. How many seasons can they milk Mando, and will Book of Boba Fett come back? Any word on what's next for the Star Wars franchise? I'm not sure what's next necessarily. There's an Andor season 2, which is the last season for that, and I'm pretty sure we could get at least 5 or 6. We could actually probably get quite a few seasons out of the Mandalorian. I'm gonna say 5 or 6 tops, though. But I think they could do a lot, especially with Grogu being so young and learning as we go along. It'd definitely be a time jump as well in one of the later seasons to kind of age him up a bit. But I mean, Yoda was 900 years old, so with Grogu only being 50, it's probably not going to be anything worth, like talking wise, until probably like 150, so another 100 years. I don't know how their aging works necessarily, but by then Din Djarin will be gone, so it'll be interesting to see how that carries out. Now that you've introduced this character into the Star Wars universe, we got to know what happens to him, where he goes, how long he lives. A whole bunch of really interesting stuff comes about, and I think it's definitely going to tie in with the sequel movies, with the whole cloning of the Emperor stuff. I think that's what they need Grogu for the Mandalorian count, for the Force abilities to clone a new emperor. So I think it's going to tie in directly with that. But yeah, I don't know how many seasons they can get out of it, but definitely quite a few. So that M1 Starfighter, though, I think they picked the perfect old ship. The Razor Crest was cool and could hold stuff, but he's no longer bounty hunting, so it fits. Eric Martin, I wonder if they will sell wall art based on the end of episode concept art. Wall art, probably not, and if they do, it would probably be through Displate with the metal ones. But there will definitely be a book. There will be the Art of Mandalorian, where they have all the concept art in there for sure. For sure, they will capitalize on that, and I will be a sucker and buy that shit because the concept art is really fantastic. So. Sergeant Montgomery, Grogu is okay, I guess. There's no need to put that little bastard in carbonite like I thought. Season 1. Love the repair lady character and her hustle with the Jawas. The Trek Reviewer. What time is Picard on for you, Captain? It is on at 3 a.m. here, which is, well, it's going to be 11 p.m. in like 6 minutes. So it's still like 4 hours away. But I'll stay up and watch it, I think. That's a safe bet. Trek Reviewer says, I know for us, but Foley is not in the US. Yeah, but I'm still Eastern time zone, my dude. If you extended the border straight across, because it actually dips down where I am, because I'm in southwestern Ontario, if you extend the border straight across, I'd be in the States. Like one of our moderators, Fleet Paw Swiftback, who's not here tonight, he's actually farther north than I am because of where he's located in the States. And it's just weird. It's just weird. So yeah, I'm still Eastern time zone, my dude. General Grievous, I wonder if Grogu has a learning disability as a result of Order 66 trauma. Yoda became a Jedi Master at 100, so I wonder if Grogu will have some major puberty kicking in soon. Oh, that's a good point, actually. Toronto area, though, still in Eastern Standard Time. Yes. BJ Tehran, there are 2 Mando art books out. Book of Boba Fett art coming out in a few months. That would also be good to get. Even if you don't like the show, just having the art book, I think, would be fantastic. When's the Chicken Big Mac drop in London? I think it's here now. Sylvia mentioned it today, and I heard it. I heard it first about it yesterday, so I think it's going to be soon if it hasn't been already. And it sounds fantastic. I'm gonna have to try it for sure. So, should see if it's available tonight and order tonight. Dot, here's something. Yeah, he's being loud again. I know. He's trying to be stealthy and quiet, but he's being more loud by being stealthy and quiet. What are you gonna do? The fuck is the Chicken Big Mac? It is a Big Mac, but instead of beef patties, there's chicken patties. They actually have a really good chicken McMuffin in the morning. Oh, I think it's those patties for the Chicken Big Mac. That'd be fantastic. I'd love that chicken McMuffin. I bet it's Tuesday. Matt, are you here? Order Kappa Combo. No, Matt is not here. We haven't had any moderators here this evening. They're all getting late or something. I don't know. Yeah, Chicken Big Mac. First I heard about it was last night, and then Sylvia brought it up again today. Like, we heard it? I'm like, yes, I have heard about it. So, anywho. I'm getting tired. Will I make it to 3 a.m.? Yeah. Or up a steak, egg, and cheese bagel guy myself. Well, there you go. This is the way, at least for you. Anyhow, let's see. We have 32 likes. That's pretty good. Can we get to 40 likes? Can we get 8 more likes? Has anybody out there not hit that like button already? If not, what are you doing? Hit the like button. Let's try to get the likes up. And let's see, another $10 in super chats would be a great way to end out, if possible. If not, that is also very cool. I just appreciate all you guys just turning up. And only 21 of you. That's even less than last week. Last week we had like 30 people for the Mandalorian first reaction. I don't know why people aren't tuning in for it. I absolutely love the Mandalorian. I want to talk about it. I want you guys to engage with it. I want you to be here on these Wednesday nights when it drops. So next Wednesday I'll be doing another one. I'll be doing it regardless. Even if I have 2 people here, I'm still going to come on here and talk about it because I love the Mandalorian and Star Wars. So I don't know why they just don't get the views that they should, but that's okay. It's okay. We're a Trek channel. We're known for that. That's fine. That's cool. That's what it is. That's what I think the deal is going on. So Anyhow, thank you for you guys being here at least, and anybody that offered support via super chat, really appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys. Consider joining the channel. There's a join button down there. You can join the fleet, get a ship, get assigned to a ship, hang out with the Discord on the Discord server with myself, Samuel, and Matt Boardman, who's one of our moderators, obviously, and Fleetpaw. Everybody's there. You can hang out with all of them. Plus, you get to hang out with everybody that's in the chat right now. Anybody that's a member, you get to hang out with them and chit-chat about Trekyards or whatever you want on the Discord server. So consider clicking that join button and at least looking at your options to join on a monthly basis. So yeah. All right. Chicken Big Mac sounds good. Don't have that in the States, I think. Alfonso, concerning getting laid, why are you stuck polishing your helmet? I got laid before the live, and you got to maintain the helmet, even though it's already been buffed beforehand. You got to like polish it a little bit better on your own, So yeah, that's why. Long live Grogu, House of Djarin, leader of Mandalore, wielder of the dark saber, and the Force slayer of the Mythosaur. Eric Martin, I miss the McRib. Very poor quality beef and massive amounts of barbecue sauce. But the McRib was so fucking good. It was mouth-watering. The sauce, the pickles in combination with it, it was just so good. I also miss the McRib. The ghost of Q's left eyebrow. Just checked. No chicken Big Mac for those of us in the U.S. Canadian only at the moment. Lucky us. You going live at 10 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow? Hell yes. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be doing my first reaction to episode 4 of Picard Season 3. The doctor says, back to Mando then. I'm getting annoyed with the armorer. I thought she was a badass at first, but she's just leading Mando to be on this fundamentalist nut. He should be rejecting the old narrow ways. Yeah, it's a whole point of view thing. I mean, it's a little bit of a cult, sure, but they believe what they believe, and they believe that for a reason. So who are we to say that they're not right? Better have a nap if you're going to make it to 3 a.m. No, I'll be fine. Once I get downstairs, I'll be fine. I go through waves, and I've already kind of fallen asleep on the couch earlier at like 7 o'clock. So the old man falling asleep on the couch thing, yeah, that happens. Anyway, General Grievous, I think it was blown up in the Razor Crest, but Din needs another disruptor rifle that would come in handy this episode. Yeah, I think that was incinerated in the explosion. Alfonso, the McRib is pork, and Germany has it all year round. Oh, I hate you guys so much. Sergeant Montgomery, McRib has nothing in school, has nothing on the school California. Oh my God, McRib has nothing on the school cafeteria rib sandwich. Nah, school cafeteria Max sucks. Rest in peace, Albin Blaster Rifle. Yes, poor Blaster Rifle. But at least the spear survived, because Beskar. Yeah, that destruction of the Razor Crest was pretty brutal. Just ka-choom. Annihilated, just a crater in the ground. Love that there were parts scattered all over the place. And it's funny, some of the parts that he picks up in that episode when he's going through the rubble are the same parts you pick up in the VR game I'm playing right now, Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge. They're like droid parts. They're basically like a clutch assembly for an old car, but there's like a round one, and there's different ones you pick up, and you can actually get credits for them and stuff for turning them in. So it's kind of funny that they tie all that stuff together with the video games and stuff. So anyway, off topic there. Oh my God, high school cafeteria food. Hash browns and fries were okay, but the rest not so much. I liked pizza. I liked the square pizzas they used to serve. And yes, I mean, the cheese, when it got by the time you got to sit down, it looked like plastic because of the way it melted. So, uh, but it was still good. I really enjoyed it, and they're and also the cafeteria poutine was really good as well. Sorry, you didn't see Mando. What are your thoughts on the movie 65 million, which has a Star Wars character in it? I don't know if I've seen that. The Doctor, I cried when the crest was blown up. I didn't cry, but I was like, the fuck did I just see? Captain, yeah, you don't need to sleep, just struggling reading comments, like a child saying they are not tired. I'm not struggling reading comments. Screw you. The Ghost of Q's left eyebrow says, fuck yes, the square pizza with the watery ass, delicious as hell ranch dressing. Yes, the ranch dressing. Oh my god. See, some people know where it's at. My high school had vocational bakery, and restaurant in the bakery had the best pizza ever. General Grievous, imagine if Darth Maul had found the mythosaur when he was ruling Mandalore. Now, the name mythosaur, does that imply that it's a myth? That it was just like, oh, well, we're going to base our society off of this thing and, create the skull logo of it. But we're going to name it mythosaur because they're a myth. They're mythological creatures at this point. I think that's the implication, but it just seems a little weird. So, just for the record, mythosaur is a very cool name, though. 65 has Adam Driver from here, where he's from the future and shoots dinosaurs in the past. Oh yes, I have seen trailers for that. Didn't know if it was out yet though. General Grievous, I think Mando would take a great show and make it even better if they did more on scene shoots like Kenobi's series did instead of the LED wall so much. I disagree. I think the LED wall is fucking great. The volume, as they call it, does a really good job. You're beginning to sound a bit like Samuel there, General Grievous. He's like, well, I know they use the LED wall because you can see the line. And I'm like, who cares? It's fucking great. And half the time when he says you can see the line, I can't see the line. So, Cap, don't be like that. It's all in good fun. I know. Sergeant Montgomery, make believe it on. The make believe it on. Yes, it's like unobtainium from the first Avatar movie. The fuck did you come up with these names, man? Or they deleted it. God damn it. The Doctor, just as long as 65 million movie doesn't have them killing any early shrew-like animals, that could be some paradox shit. Wow, it's true. Alfonso, I will go see it tonight, Thursday evening, opening night. Oh, there it is. Or the Legendactyl. The Legendactyl. Mythosaur, the Legendactyl, and the Make-Believe-A-Don. That's fucking great. That's funny. Anyway, no, in summation, this episode was fantastic. Glad it was longer than last week's. Last week's was okay. I really enjoyed last week's, but it was very short, and there wasn't a lot of substance to it. This week was a lot better. Definitely had... I didn't find a problem with the pacing, but I can see why people might. Definitely had some good aspects. I do love R5D4s around. I think that's friggin' great. Yeah, there's a lot here to like. And seeing Mandalore, seeing the destruction that the Empire left behind, basically glassing the entire planet. And then those creatures in the caves as well. Some really good stuff here. And I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the hell out of The Mandalorian. Like a month ago, I went back and watched seasons 1 and 2 and Book of Boba Fett and just had the best time ever rewatching that shit. It's so enjoyable to just watch it, binge watch it, and not have to think about it in a review style or what I'm going to say about it. Just watch it and enjoy the shit out of it. I love that. So I'm glad I went back and rewatched it. I'm also rewatching I'm also watching currently The Last of Us, but I'm doing it week to week, obviously, and it's kind of just weird knowing that Joel and the Mandalorian are the same guy. But anyway, it's fine. I think Pedro Pascal is doing a fantastic job with both, and bless the man, he's awesome. So, yeah. In summation, I really like this episode. So hopefully you guys did as well. Loved your avatar today in your Hot Wheels Lamborghini vid. Very Brad Pitt. Oh, thank you. You can thank Matt Boardman for that. He made the thumbnail for me. I just wish the fucking camera would have autofocused, but it was too shiny and it just didn't want to focus on the car. General Grievous, I wonder if the mythosaur has always been in the waters. Maybe it's trapped, or maybe it's force sensitive. It doesn't react violently, and if it wanted to kill Din and Bo, it could have easily. Oh yeah, absolutely. I kind of got the feeling that it's what pulled him down, because like I said, he went down very quick. And he ended up in a weird spot. It's not like he just fell. It's like something grabbed him and threw him to the bottom almost, because she had to like jump in and thrust her like after him. It was a weird disconnect there. I'd like to see the Republic cop again, the guy from Kim's Convenience. Oh, you'll see him again. I know you will. Ghost of Q's left eyebrow says, that's my other complaint about the current Star Wars shizzle. The episode lengths are just pathetic. Yeah, some of them are. Absolutely. The Doctor, I actually liked Bad Batch better. Who's been watching that? I haven't watched it. Like I said, I'm halfway through season 1, and I stopped watching that like a year ago. I need to go back and refresh myself on that, and then watch season 2. I need to finish the Clone Wars as well. There's a lot of stuff I need to watch. Actually, I'm kind of halfway through. Like Westworld is another one that I've kind of just started season 2 of, and I haven't watched that for 3.5 months. I don't know. It's weird how my viewing goes sometimes. Oh, the Philociraptor. Philociraptor? Alfonso. I'm watching it all. General Grievous. Bad Batch was really good last week and this week. It does better when it's not an oh, the Omega got in trouble again. Cue audience laughter. Last week had an alien vibe to it. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Pedro Pascal and Nick Cage was pretty good. It was fucking great. Are you kidding me? That was a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed the hell out of that movie. Cap, if you stick with Bad Batch, it's got some real gems when you get past the repetitive episodes of Omega getting in trouble. And Bandit MD is hyped for Picard. Yeah, I am too. I've heard rumors that episode 4 is like a fucking amazing episode, so I'm looking forward to that 100%. But the one I'm waiting for is episode 6. Mark my words, Picard episode 6 is gonna be the shit. Just saying, the shit in a good way. Wait, Nick Cage was in Mando? For fuck's sake. No, Nick Cage was not in Mando. There's a movie called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which stars Nick Cage, basically playing himself, Nick Cage, and Pedro Pascal, who's like his biggest fan. And it's fucking great. It's fucking great. It's the Mandalorian and Nick Cage together in a movie, and it's great. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I suggest you guys watch it if you haven't. If it's not on your radar, put it on your radar. Put it dead in your sights, as a matter of fact. Get a target lock on that son of a bitch and fire a fox too. I want you to watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I'm just saying, it's really great. You'll enjoy yourself, especially if you're a Nick Cage fan, even if you're just a Pedro Pascal fan, or if you just like a really good, fun movie. It's fantastic. So, yeah, definitely check it out. Can Mandalorian body armor withstand a lightsaber strike? Yes. The Beskar armor is resistant to lightsabers, as we saw in the end of season 2, where he's fighting Moff Gideon, and Moff Gideon's using the Darksaber, and Jyn is blocking it with his arm, with his Beskar armor on his arm. it did start to heat up. Like it would eventually, I think, go through. But yeah, it's definitely, the Beskar armor is definitely lightsaber resistant. So, yes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it there. I'm really disappointed there's only 21 people here. I thought there'd be more for Mandalorian, but that's all right. It is what it is. And I'd like to thank you guys for at least joining me. I appreciate all you guys. I need to go check and see if I can order a chicken Big Mac. Not that I should, because I'm fat and disgusting and I need to cut back on what I eat. But it's a chicken Big Mac, man. What the hell? So I'll have to go see about that. And yeah, maybe see what I can do in that regard. So anyway, guys, like I said, thank you for watching. Please join me tomorrow night for my first reaction review of Picard Season 3, Episode 4, which is on. I'm going to stay up late and watch it. But tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be talking about that exclusively. So be sure to join me. And I'm just excited for it. There's so much cool new stuff on. New Star Trek, new Star Wars. It's a fantastic time to be a geek. And it's a fantastic time to be a YouTuber talking about this stuff. Keeps us busy, but we absolutely love it. So, and we love you guys. So thank you for joining us and hanging out with us as much as you guys do. We really appreciate all of it. And until next time, I'm Captain Foley, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Now the dogs are all getting excited. You should do a 24-hour live. I've considered it, and I will do it at some point. Just not sure when. Maybe in the summer. Maybe in the summer we'll do something cool. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have yourselves a good one.